All right, thanks for joining back in again today. It was just yesterday where we took the engine out and it was dangling by the tractor and shoved off in a corner over there. And I said I'm not sure what the plan is or what I'm gonna do next, so we'll see what we're gonna do today. I don't know yet. So when I said I wasn't sure what I was going to do yet, I wasn't kidding. I really don't know what I'm going to do next. There's a long list of things to do. So I've been cleaning up from yesterday's mess, thinking, and I think it's time. I probably need to take the exhaust off of it and probably the fuel tank and continue just the disassembly on everything, because I don't know exactly how I'm going to put it back together, whether I'm going to use something like fuel cells or gas tanks, or how I'm going to do any of that yet. I won't know that until I get in and start taking everything else out. So I guess I need to do that first. Yeah. I have been doing some research on the 292s, which is what I believe this is. But even if it's not, you're still only talking stock about 200 horsepower, and even built Y blocks only come, you can maybe get 290 with a lot of upgrades, different heads, a lot of different parts. And I've already been getting some pretty strong comments from viewers about keeping the Y block in it and not having to change the front end or doing any of that. And I understand your point, and if I was going for a restoration, that's probably what I'd do, but I just don't think I'm going to get what I want out of this engine. If we look at the exhaust, there's a spring right there. I'm not sure what all that does, but I'm going to attempt to get these bolts out. And the exhaust runs down through the frame, but it's all loose. And it's not complete anymore. But if we get up underneath the car, you can see the exhaust runs down through here and then just kind of stops being an exhaust right about there. And it does it on both sides, because there's the back end of that side, and I think that one ends way up in there somewhere. One of the cool aspects about this car is even back in the 50s, they had true dual exhausts on it that came out through the rear bumper on each side. Since I don't know how I'm going to be doing the car, I'm not sure if I'm going to utilize those anymore. And if you watched the last video, I took the engine out using the tractor, and during that process, the engine got stuck a little bit and the whole car lifted up. So before I go crawling around underneath this car or doing anything, I noticed that the car had almost fallen off of the jack stands that we had it on. So I'm going to fix that and get those set back on there before I touch anything else. It is so much easier to see without a big old engine in the way. This is how everybody should work on a car. Just pull every engine out. Got all that settled, and I went ahead and raised it up another notch on the jack stands, because your boy likes to eat and it's getting a little bit harder to get underneath it. Since I don't have a lift, I'm just going to get as high as I can safely. And now I can crawl up underneath it. And besides, nothing makes the guy feel better about himself than having his big old belly lay out the fender. Or it's too high to work on anything. Great. I'm a big kid now. I got a booster. Nothing screams manly. Woo, like a booster. Been soaking these bolts for a couple of days. See if they want to come off there. Not that way. Nope. That's not gonna work. I just need more leverage. Nope. Let's try some heat. Oh, I think we'll get it nice and hot and spray it with some penetrating oil. See if that helps. See if I can't burn something down. Like, oh, you come up there. Plan B. Engaged. I should have done that from the beginning. Come on out of there, little fella. There we go. Man, Plan B works great. Header out. Well, there you have it. One complete exhaust. Put a little paint on that. It'd be like a brand new. Sell that on Craigslist. Now, I'm not calling anybody a liar, but the story that I got on this car was that it was very low miles, 63,000-ish original miles. And while I was letting some bolts soak, I started scraping around in the engine bay here and down on the frame, and I got to thinking that this does not look like a 63,000 mile car. Maybe 163,000, maybe 263,000, but I don't think an old 292 would have went 200, but most likely 163,000. Let me show you why. So I only started scraping right down here on this frame rail and a little bit on the front, which I had already cleaned up, and I have a mess. That stuff is thick and it is everywhere. I don't know if you can see, but back on there, there's lots of grease and grime on that as well. Then I got in and took a good look at that brake pedal. Gas pedal looks fine, but that brake pedal, it's got some miles on it. It's wore on both sides. So I don't think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. I'm pretty sure that's pretty high miles. Just another reason to get rid of the old 292 that was in it. Freshen it up a little bit. And like every man should be, I am frightened by my father-in-law. So I'm not calling him a liar. I heard he might have killed people. Shh. As far as I can tell, the gas tank is only held in by two straps, so I'm gonna see if I can't get both of those out and get this tank out of here. There it is. Gas tank came out. Surprisingly, neither one of the bolts holding the straps in gave up a fight. And even the plug, that came out. There's a little bit of fuel in there, and man, it is stinky. So that is definitely going outside. And I'll dispose of that. The fuel that's in there, but man, that's the strongest varnish smell I've ever smelled. Really thought the tank would be bigger than that. This 3,000 plus pound car and a 1956 V8 in it, I bet you had to stop every 100 miles for gas or something like that. While I was up underneath it, I did get a good look at the frame, and even up underneath where the gas tank sat, you can still see the original color paint. It's got a little bit of surface rust in some spots, but the frame is solid. This old frame is completely boxed in, and I can't find a single weak point as far as the frame goes and rusting out. So that's extremely good news. Hopefully once we get a chance to get up underneath it, we can get it all scraped down and, you know, rebuild it all. Well, I closed up shop last night because after taking out that gas tank, them fumes were bad, really bad. So I packed everything up, went inside, where my lovely wife made me take a shower because I was stinking. And then she made me put all my clothes outside. Then she still told me how bad I stunk. But I love her. And I did stink. Oh man, that's a lot of dirt. So I was sitting here thinking what I wanted to do next to the car. And then I realized we don't even have it titled in our name yet. That could be a problem. Here's the problem with the title. We have a 70 or so year old car that hasn't been registered in a long time. And we may or may not have the original title, but the title may or may not be in the name of my aunt's uncle who is deceased. So our options, ooh, a mirror, become very limited on what we do. How far do I go without a title? This could be a really big problem. Anybody knows what to do, put some comments down below because I really need help on this one. Somehow at my wife's school, I got voluntold that I'm going to be part of a carnival. Don't know exactly what part, but my wife and her coworkers have started calling me Spring Break Billy. Not really sure if I like that or not. Kind of makes me feel like a piece of meat. Hey, eyes are up here. Yesterday I started to take off this piece here. I think I'll go ahead and finish taking it off so I can get a better view of the front. Cross member, brace, whatever the hell it's called. Oop, forgot my extension. Rust in the eyes already. You know, I was wondering today, one of the random thoughts I have, I wonder if Bon Jovi is still living on a prayer, or if they're living off royalty checks now. Maybe I should email them. And I wonder if they ever made it more than halfway there. They got to be at least 3/4 of the way there by now. Right in the mouth. One down, 20 to go. And voila. Just like that, the front, I don't know, balance, whatever you want to call it, is off. And this gives us a really good look into this whole front end. You can see just how much dirt and grime and grossness is in there. But not just that. Get a really good look at how rusted out those front cross members are and what I'm dealing with. You can see it there. It's pretty bad. Both sides. Not much left of it. The lights only have a couple of bolts off on the side holding them on, so I'll probably get those off as well. So that is about all the time I have for this week to put into the car. I only get maybe part of Sunday and a couple days a week after work. After that, We got the little ones here. I got to take the daughter to dance. Dance, Dad. So that's always fun. So I think that's going to end it here, but I really do want your advice though on how to deal with the title issue before I get way into this, which I'm already way into. You pull the engine out, you're way into something. It would be nice to know that at some point I'll be able to actually drive this car out on the road legally with plates in my name. So put those in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know what direction you would go. Anybody replaced one of those front ends before? Anybody cut off the clip before? Put it down in the comments. Give me a helping hand. I would appreciate it. That's all I got for this one. Hopefully we will see you on the next one. And there's one more part to put on the wall. Gonna have to get a bigger wall.